tune. This should be better. Uncle Larry. What day of the week is this? I have no idea. It's a Wednesday. I'm painfully underserved coffee. I need more. Oh man, I hope you guys are doing great out there. Thanks for all the dear comments, sweet comments about all the latest videos that we've been putting up. I appreciate it. We've been on a roll lately, haven't we? The homeschooling bunch. Pretty nice day out there today. You know, I took my boys to school this morning and I was just looking at them in the back seat of the car. We were listening to some tunes. We listened to Walk This Way, and then we listened to Hey Bulldog, and then what else did they want to hear? Something else. I was just thinking, man, these are the good old days, man. These are the days, just trying to soak in every moment of this beautiful ages that those boys are at. Man, just having so much fun. We had a blast last couple of days. I've had them. I just enjoy having them around. They're good boys. Okay, man, the contest is awesome. I'm actually really enjoying looking through all these videos that you weirdos have sent. Little weirdos out there. I appreciate that. Some stellar stuff, man. You know, it's just fascinating how differently everybody plays the guitar. You know, everyone's got a different approach, you know. But there's some cool shit coming in, and I appreciate you guys. It's gonna be hard to pick a winner out of all this, you know. There's a couple guys I already got a little. I've watched the videos more than once, you know, and it's cool. I'm gonna give it a few more days, and then we'll call it. Choose a winner, which is not gonna be easy. I hope you guys don't get pissed at me again. You know how it is, like when fuck Uncle Larry didn't pick me, fuck him. You know, there's always going to be that. One guy said in a video, he said, "Can you please lower the camera? I can't stand looking at your mouth when you play." I just immediately blocked him from the channel. I think I have a pretty cool mouth. So, it's like a fish. I'm like a big fish mouth. So, hey, let's get into some questions. I just put up that one today, which is some rock and roll in the studio. Yesterday, we were getting crazy over there, just doing a little sort of custom record for a gal, you know. And she's young, she's from Jersey, and somebody pointed out on here. I didn't know this because we didn't really talk much about her history or anything like that. I didn't really. We were so busy. I didn't have much time to chat. We had to do a million songs, but apparently she was on some TV show, something junior chef, and I just looked her up, and yeah, that's true. Somebody pointed that out. Somebody must have recognized her from there, which is quite a keen eye that someone has. This is an old Strat. This is not my guitar. This belongs to a friend of mine. He just wanted me to check it. It just got refretted by a guy named Andy Jellison, who used to be one of the main repair guy at Grooms, and he's gone out on his own. He's got a place called Strung Out Repairs out by Loveless Cafe in, I guess you'd say that's like West Nashville. But Andy's an old friend, and man, he does an amazing job refretting instruments, working on guitars. He was like the guy that taught a lot of the Grooms guys back in the old days. You know, Andy's a heavy duty hitter. He did a beautiful restoration on my double neck Gibson, my 58 EMS 1235. My God, he did a beautiful job working on that. So if you need a guy, you know, there's a lot of great guys in Nashville. A lot of people that can do a great fret job. And Andy Jellison, Jellison, is definitely on that list. And I'm not sure if you can get to him online, but if somebody wants to get his number, I can just email me. Strung Out Repairs. He's great. You know, the first thing I check, always, plug it into a strobe tuner, play the open string, tune it, and then bend behind the nut. And if it doesn't go right back to where it is, where it should be, it's the nuts binding up, and the guy forgot to look at it. Not with Andy. First thing I checked, and the strings went right back to pitch, man. He ain't messing around. I'm not buying this guitar or anything. The guy literally just wanted me to look at it. I think it might be, I'm not sure if this black finish is original. I highly doubt it. It's an early 60s. If it was original, this guitar would be worth a fortune. So I doubt it. But anyway, there you go. One guy said regarding that video I was just talking about, where we're playing that rock and roll tune in the studio. What kind of fuzz is that? I can't give away all my secrets, man. I tell you guys everything. I can't tell you. This guy, can you just let me have a few that I keep to myself, please? And one of my favorite comments that has ever come in, it was like 2 videos ago. It was the one where I was playing that old loop on the white Strat. The guy said, "Man, what kind of pickups are in that Strat? They're so melodic." That's amazing. What kind of pickups are in that Strat? They're so melodic. If that's a serious question, that's one thing. But if that's a joke question, that's the funniest damn thing I've heard. Depends on where that's coming from. All right, let's get into some of these other ones here. I'm going to go to the 2 Country video, where I'm rocking the fuzz in the studio. One guy said, That tune could be an Ann Wilson tune. Well played. Yeah, Ann Wilson likes to rock. She's awesome. I do miss her. I miss all the boys. But I got to tell you, I have no regrets about my decision to stay home this summer and not be on the road. Lord, the thought of doing that and going back on the road again was giving me so much anxiety. I was about to lose it. Oh Lord, I can't deal with it anymore. I mean, unless the money is so insane and the accommodations are so cush, like they are on certain gigs that a person can get, I would consider doing something like that. But at this point, it would take a lot to get old Larry out. And that I'm not trying to be a tough guy. I'm just telling you, that's where I'm at in life. Let's see. Hey Tom, all the videos of you in the studio, it seems like you're always making artistic decisions like a producer would do. Let's go a different direction, different groove, different way to end it, change of parts, so on and so on. It also seems like your ideas are usually well received and better the song in the end. Question, have you ever looked back on a session and thought, I should get producer credits? And have you ever rubbed the producer the wrong way, stepped on their toes? How much are you producing in any given year? I'm doing more and more of that. I've always been sort of the ghost producer guy that first of all, it all stems from the fact that I can't keep my mouth shut. I've got very strong opinions and beliefs about how shit could go. And I've stepped on a lot of people's toes over the years because I know exactly what I like and I know what I want everything to sound like. And I can tell you, if you're not playing the part, I'll pick up your instrument and show you. But it's not my record. A lot of times I'm just a hired gun. And I when I was younger, I had a hard time. I pissed a lot of people off because I was just so strong in my opinions about what it should be, but I've mellowed out a lot on that these days. And once I realized many years ago that I was just lucky to be there, everything changed. And we all are just lucky to be here. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I see some of these young guys that are still in that same situation that I was in, where they haven't realized yet that they're just lucky to be there. And it just brings back these painful memories of me and my life, And I just want to shake them and go, guys, we're lucky to be here. But you got to let a person find that on their own. You can't, no one could have told me that. You know what I mean? That's the thing about most things in life. You got to let people just burn their hand on the stove themselves. You can't tell them that stove is hot. It's going to burn you if you touch it. All the words in the world don't mean nothing until they stick their hand on it themselves. Boy, ain't that the fucking truth of life right there? That goes for everything. I mean, Lord Jesus. Yeah. I mean, Dan Huff and I always joke about that. Back when I thought I knew everything in my late 30s, I would be on his sessions and he would ask me to play something and I'd be like, nah, I don't think that's cool, man. He forgave me because he's a beautiful person. He's a great guy and he knew what I was going through. And we joke about that shit now. But yeah, I produce a lot of shit for people still. And, like I've said a million times, if I'm on a session, I'm looking to see who has the ball, the production ball. Like, who's driving the ship? And as long as someone's driving the ship, I'm good. But when no one's driving the ship and the thing is just floating aimlessly at sea, I take over. I can't stand it. If no one's making decisions, I'll make some fucking decisions. And that's what I do. That's what I've always done. And someone's got to be driving. I'm sorry. I'm glad to let someone else drive. I'm happy when someone else drives. But if no one's driving, I can't take it. So I'll just jump right in there. I'll just jump right in there and take over. And people usually appreciate that. They usually do. They appreciate somebody sort of guiding the thing, because if they don't have decision like opinions, they're lost. But I'm pretty sensitive about not overstepping my boundaries. A lot of my fellow musician buddies joke around with me and say things like Miles McPherson said the other day. We were joking around, and I said, yeah, if Marshall, my son, came in here, he would tell all you guys how to play your parts. And Miles goes, gee, I wonder where he got that. That was funny, and it's true, and I earned that. And no regrets, people. No regrets. I just have a lot of musical opinions. Usually when something's wrong, I know what's wrong with it. That's what I will say. I'm no genius. I'm no fucking Mutt Lange. But if there's something wrong with the song, I usually can figure out what's wrong with it. I'm pretty good at that. I will pat myself on the back. If the part's not working, I can usually fix it. But again, everything's different. And I do love collaboration. I love it when a lot of creative people are in the room and everyone's got great ideas. That is what lights my fire. People throwing frisbees, like, what about this idea? Ooh, that's a good one. What if we took that and altered that a little bit? Oh, that's even better. Collaboration makes shit so much more powerful than what any one man can do. And that's one thing that Larry has always known. One guy said, best guitar face on the planet. I have a lot of people say that. And these horrifying faces that I make when I play guitar, totally involuntary. They've been there from the beginning. I never even knew I was doing all that stuff until I saw myself on video years ago, and I was mortified. But it's all, like some people have said, you're like the Joe Cocker of guitar. It's like, yeah, I can't control it. It's just whatever I'm feeling just sort of comes through my whole body. And I also, when I play, I don't move in rhythm. My body sort of sways in a strange sort of off rhythm way. I never even knew I was doing that either until, that's all another thing that just sort of happened. I don't know. I can't find any other questions. Perhaps I've talked enough. Thank you guys for sticking with the channel and saying all the sweet things you say. Thanks for getting involved in the contest too. I think it's a cool thing that we're bringing string bending back, and I think that's awesome. I think maybe a lot of people out there are realizing at this moment, wow, bending in tune is harder than I thought it was. Because, boy, it is. And you don't even know how out of tune you're bending until you get in the studio. And you got the whole world, all these people with great ears judging your tuning. Oh, man. It'll tear you down, man, to your core. The studio, as I've said many times, is the ultimate microscope to show off every weakness you have as a musician. It's like a machine designed to exploit everyone's weaknesses. It's amazing. And, I think a lot of people that watch this shit, I think a lot of you guys out there that have not done a lot of studio work, I don't think you guys have any idea how hard it is, to be honest. And I'm not saying that to scare anyone or anything like that. I wouldn't have known either. I mean, you listen to the records, you think, oh, it doesn't sound that hard. Oh, it's just D to G. Oh, it doesn't look like he's, I could play that solo, And then you get in there and you try to do it. And it's so much harder than you think. You got to be a special kind of person to be a session guy. A lot of people just can't even handle it. It's like being a stand-up comic. You got to be made out of iron, man. You can't, if you take shit too personal, you'll never be a studio guy. All right, that's enough horse shit for today. I hope everybody's cool out there, you know. Sometimes when I'm at a session, I joke about this all the time. The phone, here's my other phone. Sometimes when I'm on a session, I'm having a good time, and I'm really getting lost in the music. I won't check my phone for several hours, and I just see the thing sitting over there, and I think to myself, oh God, I better check that thing. And I walk over to it like, and just hope that there's no bad news on it, you know? And then if I scroll through a few texts and there's no bad news, I'm like, thank God. You know, this thing is like a bad news event. Rarely does anything come through where you're like, oh yeah, awesome. When you look at it, you know, it's always just like so-and-so died. And, oh, you know, did you forget to do this? Oh, Tom, the session started 30 minutes ago. Where are you? You know, all that shit. So I'm afraid to look at it. I swear. Sometimes I see it there at the session when I'm having a ball and I just want to ignore that it's even there. I'm sure a lot of you people out there have that same feeling. We're too reachable. This thing has made us too reachable. I'm sorry. No human being was designed to be that reachable. The course of history would have been so different had our previous generations had to deal with that. Think about that for a minute. You know, I was talking about this sort of modern style of guitar playing that we've been joking about lately, you know, with all these bands, you know, that play like video game music, you know. And Ebo and I were talking about it, and we were joking, and I said, you know, it's like that music is the perfect mirror of the time that we're in. You know, herky-jerky, way too many edits. Everything is like a million edits coming at you all at once, you know, and that's what that music sounds like, you know. Of course that's what they're doing, because that's what they know, the kids that do that. And it really is amazing how much of a mirror that is of our society. And it makes perfect sense. The sort of unsettled jumble of chaotic, dissonant, you know, sort of noise is really the mirror of our society. And it's the exact opposite of, like, you know, reading a long novel where you have time to zone out and really get into it. It's, you know, it's the exact opposite. And man, I respect the fact that these people are just playing the music that they feel, you know. And that's enough. Jesus. Okay. Have a great day, people. Bye.